Welcome, everyone, to Fantasy Foresight, the podcast. We're your hosts and co-founders of FantasyForesight.com. I'm Ben.
And I'm Jay.
You ready to get rolling, Jay?
You know it. Let's do this.
All right, let's go. Now let's take a look at the tight ends in the AFC West as of Saturday, August 11th.
Now, this is a group of players across the division that maybe isn't as exciting as the running back position and the wide receiver positions that we've covered. In Denver, we have Jake Butt out of Michigan. He was a major storyline at OTAs, and he continues to impress as the team progresses through training camp. The Broncos struggled in the areas of third down and red zone efficiency last year, and with the likes of Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders at the receiver position, but should be forgotten by defenders and should have opportunities to seize.
I mean, sure, maybe. I'm trying to stay awake while you're talking about him. I
tried my best.
There's some potential there. He's from Michigan. I'm done talking about this guy.
Moving on to more exciting players.
Oh, thank God.
Mr. Travis Kelce.
This division is saved at this position because of Travis Kelce.
Yeah, really, the rest of the tight ends in the division aren't even worth discussing, so we may even skip them. Okay, quickly, you have Virgil Green for the Chargers. You have Jared Cook in Oakland. Both of them are TE2s or worse.
Yeah, I mean, Cook finished as PPR tight end 12 last year, super low end tight end 1. I mean, is there some potential for Cook and Green from a volume standpoint, from a benefactor of greater weapons around them standpoint, from a solid quarterback play and coaching standpoint? Sure. But there's probably guys that are better to take even at their free price than those two. So, absolutely. Thank you. Let's move on to PPR's tight end 1 overall and PPR's tight end 2 in fantasy points per game behind only Gronk last year, Kansas City's Travis Kelce.
What do you say? I mean, besides Gronk, you can have that debate, you can have that conversation over who is the TE1 in the NFL. You're not going to go wrong with either one. Currently, he is going in the 30 to 32 range in drafts. I think that is tremendous value because he's essentially a WR1.
Yeah, you can count on him for 1,000 yards pretty much. You really can.
And especially in PPR, he's an extra WR1 out there. I mean, his value is incredible. I think if you get him, you take him, and you're extremely happy that you got him. Right. Sometimes you may have to step up and get him ahead of time just to solidify that spot on your team with the absolute cream of the crop.
And I will say it depends on your situation. It depends on where you are as far as your draft position. If you're in the top of the round or the bottom of the round, and if you've gotten the running backs and wide receivers that you like, maybe maybe you want to go in a different direction or then tight end this early. I know it's early to take a tight end, but at 30 to 32, like Jay said, the value is really there with Kelce. And whether you've missed out on some of the running backs and wide receivers you want, so you want to corner the market on the tight end, or whether you're really happy with the guys you've gotten and now as a value pick, you want to corner the market on the tight end, you can't really go wrong with Travis Kelce, in my opinion.
No, he's the primary pass catcher in Kansas City, and that's not going to change barring injury.
Yep, he's got a top third strength of schedule, middle-of-the-road offensive line. They're projected to win around 8 games. A lot of that's going to depend on how well or not well Patrick Mahomes performs. But you can lock in Travis Kelce for 7 targets a game, 65 yards, and he's always in line to potentially catch a touchdown pass. So
he's going to get targets. He's going to pick up fantasy points. He's rock solid.
Yep. That's it. He is one of the primary options on that team until Sammy Watkins proves anything to us. It's Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and that's pretty much it.
I have absolutely nothing to add. Thank you, tight ends from the AFC West, for saving us some time.
Absolutely. Kelce.
And that wraps up this episode of Fantasy Foresight, the podcast. Don't forget, you can find us at fantasyforesight.com.
And you can use the links at the bottom of the page to find us on social media. Follow us on Twitter at ForesightBen, at ForesightJ, and at Total Foresight. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
You already found this podcast, but you can find it on Google Play and iTunes, and you can find our app in the App Store.
All right, that does it for us. We'll see everybody next time. Thanks a lot, and have a great night.